are today.
Okay, so I'll start from last session, and as I talk, I will work my way backwards. So last session, we were killing a load of mushrooms who had been, they sort of just cropped up, or a cavern had been discovered near the central dwarven home of Craghammer. They were tried to be burnt by the dwarven pyromancers, but it turns out that for whatever reason, these mushrooms are quite difficult to put out. Reason we're in Craghammer in the first place is because we are tracking down, as far as I'm aware, I don't know the specifics, but numerous family members who have gone missing around the place. My parents and hypothetical baby sister, I believe some of Lana's parents, adoptive parents or family, I believe, and Thorfinn's family, I think, at some point, but Thorfinn is dead and gone. And I believe what we have done now is sort of proved ourselves to the guard. At least my plan, anyway, is prove ourselves to the guard so that they might let us down into the Underdark, and so we can get some more information as to where the orc horde has retreated itself to with all their slaves, who are the ones that, well, I in particular am after. I'm also having delusions of myself if I was cooler and more attractive and more muscular. What else?
And have really good tattoos.
His tattoos are really, really cool and not at all able to be misconstrued. He had 3 fingers on one hand and 5 fingers on the other, not including his thumb, so that the brave made sense. And I believe, I mean, I could go on for hours about how
that's
incredible
fine.
and amazing he is.
You're absolutely right. The path for you has been a long, winding tapestry of adventure leading to this point. So after returning from the lower tiers of Craghammer, and where the forges and the mines are situated, you return to the middle tier of Craghammer, and you see a number of makeshift infirmaries where some carver guards are being treated for minor injuries, and it is quite kind of typical of a battlefield kind of scenario, but this has been kind of made on the sly very quickly using retailers and shops and such around the areas, kind of using up the supplies that they have to be able to assist with taking care of these individuals. However, you do there is one dwarf that stands out, rather muscular, bulky individual, wears a very thick iron trinket-like necklace, and very unusually pale like skin, like almost white, and the reddest, like almost pillar box red, beard, tufty hair, almost like a Mohican styley, very, very stands out from the crowd. Jirek, as you've spent quite a long period of time in the past in Craghammer, you will know that this is likely the individual who goes by Grandim Greyspine. He is the Iron Keeper, elected by the House of Governing, elected head of the governing houses of Craghammer.
So he's basically like the mayor or their king equivalent. He's a big boss. Big boss. Yeah. Okay.
He seems to be consoling with some of those carvers that have been injured in the attack, and you hear, you'll be alright, Tizrain, before you know it. And he kind of sees you emerge from the lower tier, heading to this direction, and he goes, "Ye must be the ones we had described to me. hero volunteers, I believe.
If I recognise him on sight, I'll do like a dwarven salute, like arm across the chest, nod. Just doing what is what was required of us.
Right,
my liege.
See, here's the thing. There was I, drinking me ale, when I get reports of slaver orcs coming by. Then, a week later, tremors start, causing issues with production. Myconids, they said. So, I hired a very expensive wizard and his pyromancer apprentice. Which was a mistake, let me tell you. Set the place in a forever burning blaze.
Well, at the very least, the things that were once on fire aren't moving anymore. I'd like to know when he says orcish slavers, I'm gonna like spit on the floor and make it like I'm not with them kind of thing. Well, I'm very aware that I can get lumped in with the bad crowd.
After that happened, and I'm glad you've taken care of it, they started again. So we sent the carvers to go and hold them off. But then the rarest thing happened. I get a message from someone on behalf of Margrave Zimmerset. Someone calling themselves Zeppelin. Anyhows, she seems to think
eyebrows up.
You lot may be heading here, and it seems she was right. And what do you know? Here you are. Well, safe to say she told me quite a tale. See,
only positive, I would presume.
We should have checked him with her.
Mentioned something about the blocking communication.
Oops.
Well, no, there was a blocking communication, wasn't there? There was the teleportation issue.
She says there's something being held over you, stopping her from contacting you.
Oh, fuck, I'm wearing my thing, aren't I?
Oh, yep.
It was Jirak, Goplana.
I put my hand up when he called my name.
Clarence.
I grab Lana's hand and put her hand up when he says
he kind of like begins to look like beyond you, and he goes, and
he's not with us anymore. He's dead.
It looks well, wasn't there more of you?
There were
casualties.
You understand, in our line of work, there's a bit of a revolving door.
Well, I guess there's a thanks in order, but can you tell me why you're here? Seems you may need some assistance on your journey.
I'm going to turn to anyone else and say, my one's going to take longest, so if you've got any reason to be here, you go first. Start with the quick ones.
I think yours speaks for most of us.
I'm
Right.
following you guys.
Where am I? Okay, so I like take a second and like make sure I've got everything in straight in my head and go, okay, so
I have a list. Oh my god, right, guys. Oh no, I've got a list of things I want to do at some point.
I'm gonna start off like many moons ago. I don't need to go that far back. We're after a group of, well, the orcish slavers you mentioned before. We believe that they may be in, and I grimace as I say it, possession of certain individuals we are personally affiliated with. Me in particular. We have a vague understanding of their motives, at least at time of kidnapping. However, what they're up to now and where they are headed, the only clue of any of those is that they came to Craghammer, or in the area of Craghammer. They were seen heading towards and past Stilburn, if I'm not mistaken, up this way. And since then, we haven't seen them, but I mean, I've heard from reports in the area that they were seen, and from what we know, they may be underground. So the dwarves are the best to be underground, eh? And I'd sort of like give him a shove him on the shoulder, like a little punch on the shoulder. And you're the ones to ask.
Well, as I said, they did come knocking, but our scouts, they report that they went down to Serpent's Head.
What could they want there?
Well, you see, there used to be, many, many years ago, an old mining quarters there. Goes deep, deep. Well, let's be said, we left it because creatures of the underground, they, well, let's just say they're best left alone. But some have reported that the mines go on for miles.
Okay. Serpent's Head isn't far from here, is it? It's like literally like adjacent to Craghammer.
It's like a couple of days, perhaps.
Okay, yeah. Because I know from the map that we used for the other campaign that it's somewhere up the river that goes to Craghammer, but I'm not sure exactly where. Okay, but curious that a mine would be built into the back of a waterfall, but I suppose if it's abandoned, they don't care where it is. They're just looking for, well, monsters to keep them safe because no one else wants to follow them. Have you heard any other information about what they might be doing? What was the mine for originally? Just for silver, a typical mine, or was it something in particular? Was it an excavation?
Well, there was many rare gems that were mined from there for many years, usually diamonds. But because of how deep we went, there was some chaotic magic that was found deep in the magma of the caverns.
Closer to the primordial chaos. This is all shit he's heard before. Like in the mines, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, be careful around magma. It might be a portal to the plane of fire and shit like that, just to stop people from going too close to it." I say, okay, yeah. Well, if it would behoove you to allow us to head out, I think that may be our next port of call, unless there's other Myconid related jobs that you may need completing.
Could you please, each of you, do me a perception check?
Is this something that Kega would be able to perceive?
Yeah.
Or is it okay? Cool. I don't know if it was like something that he would like sleight of hand, because Kega doesn't give a shit about that. If it's a baddie sneaking up on us.
It's safe to say, Jirak, as you're having this discussion, you can see that there is a vacant-looking figure staring at you all, just standing there, book in hand, paper on his back, clearly just completely like a deer in headlights. And if I could just have you describe yourself, please, Red.
Yes. So you see a man there standing roughly 5'8" inches, 5'8" human, auburn hair which is messy and unkempt, signs of age, cracks of wrinkles across his face. Upon his nose is a set of small round spectacles with cracks down one side of the lens. on his back is, as Nick says, a backpack full of rolls of paper, and on his side another satchel with paper strewn out. And in his hand, tightly clutched, is a leather-bound book, scuffs leather with little scraps of paper all out all the sides.
I'm guessing looking rather out of place.
Looks out of place in terms of what's going on here. Would look out of place, but with how he's looking at you, it probably would spur your interest to wonder why he's staring at you.
Is it like sort of frozen in fear, or more like if you saw, like, for example, if you saw, like, I don't know, David Beckham walking down the street, but like frozen, like I can't believe it's him, sort of thing.
That's red.
No, yes, no, neither, both.
Okay, just general like dumbstruckenness.
Yeah, kind of.
Would I be able to see anything on this book that he appears to be very protective of?
Yeah, the holy symbol of Asmodeus.
No, there's no markings, no writing. It looks old and worn.
Okay, I will sort of like talk outside of my mouth to Gandrim and say, is he looks like he wants to butt in.
Oh, please don't let me, And he turns and like starts talking to a carver with his leg like in a splint.
Yeah, cool. I will approach. I make sure my gloves are on so he can't see my tattoos. Want to make a good first impression. Say, lost by any chance?
Oh no, sorry. I didn't want to interrupt at all. Hi, Octavius. You're the guy. You're the group that went and dealt with the myconids, right?
Yes.
Oh.
I like motion. We're covered in goo. Like it's covered in myconid goo.
Oh, brilliant. I've been searching for an hour now. Oh, right. Yeah, Octavius. Look. While you were down there, did you find any texts, tomes, books, writings on the walls, anything like that? Anything interesting?
I don't believe we did, and I'll be honest, it wasn't a very safe place to be storing much. The whole thing was on fire and has been for some time. So if there was anything, and I sort of like look at your bag and backpack and stuff, flammable. I fear it may have already gone up in flames.
Oh man, well, that's another thing down the road. Great. Great. Okay. So, where to next?
What exactly is it you're after?
Oh, information. Yes, sorry. I'm writing a book. The pre-calamity use of Arcana in the Underdark. A study by Octavius Fitz.
Oh, I take it Octavius is your name then.
Yes. Sorry, Octavius. Yes, Octavius Fitz. Nice to meet you.
I stick my hand out.
Yep. I reach out. I shake your hand.
Is it? Put the name in chat so I don't forget.
Yep, exactly.
Otherwise I will. Perfect. Lovely. I say, well, did you overhear our conversation by any chance? Because we may be headed back down below soon enough.
Oh, brilliant! No, I didn't want to. I was in my own mind. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Would you mind if I tag along?
Well, we would be. I've turned to the rest of the group. This is not a one-person decision. We may have a. Can you handle yourself in a fight?
I mean, I'm not very good at punching, but I know through spells. And...
Most people in the group are not very good at punching. Don't worry.
Who's you?
No, I said most. I said no. We've got one person who's really fucking good at it.
Well,
And my strength is -2.
I can throw around a few spells, and so I should be able to handle myself.
Provided we don't have to carry you through our entire little journey, I'm perfectly fine for you to follow us along. We've had quite a number of tag-alongs in recent weeks, so what's one more, eh? Put another one for the list of people who may or may not be dead.
Let's see.
I'm going to pause for a second. Have you heard of us?
No, I'm sorry, I haven't. No.
Perfect.
Should I have?
Welcome to the tent. Out of character, we have a very poor running history of people who join our sessions for like a couple of weeks. Most of them end up very badly wounded, poor, or dead.
Most of the time, it's because of us.
Oh no, yeah, we're very proactive in doing so. However, we only seem to realise that we're doing it like seconds after it happens.
Okay, but the Khajiit one, our fault.
I mean, I've never heard it sound so ominous. Welcome to the Thames. You'll probably die soon.
It's a marketing strategy, don't worry.
I mean, we are called the Thames.
Yeah.
You vetoed my name of the Company of the Shattered Blade, which I thought was significantly cooler. So the Temps it is.
What was the strap line? Is it permanent solutions or temporary solutions?
Temporary solutions to your permanent problems.
I mean,
Alternatively, it was the Temps, gone before you know it.
Hey guys, do you ever think about the fact that Stilben might still be on fire?
They're next to the ocean. They'll be fine. They just use a bucket. If they're still on fire, then we couldn't have helped them.
That wasn't our fault, though. So
it was on fire when we got there.
This is all out of character, yeah.
This is a discussion we've had at some point. Not right now, but we've definitely had the conversation of like, wait, we kind of just left Stilben. We got teleported across the world in a fucking teleporting time travel vault thing.
We didn't have a choice.
Yeah, well, we were simply forced to abandon it. I'm going to step aside and motion Octavius to the group. Say, I'm going to like get down on my hands and knees, not hands and knees, like squat down on my haunches and say to Clarence, say hello.
Hello.
Hi, Clarence. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And I put my hand forward.
I shake it.
Thank you. For all intents and purposes, I am a child. A child forest gnome.
But if you know anything about gnomes, you may not believe him to be a child. 45 years old, isn't it?
35.
35. Oh, okay.
35.
I thought you were in your 40s.
No, I wish. Then I think at 45 I can legally start voting.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay, so you will by this point realise that it is much later in the day, to the point where any outside light you would see the night sky. But you still have a short period of time before, if you want to do anything before you head back to your hotel or tavern, should I say, to rest.
I would very much like to get some more cat training.
Remind me again what you're teaching him.
Well, I think I've finished Come and Heal and I've finished Fetch.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna start on Find.
How many traits can he learn at this point?
4.
4. So you've learned 2, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And which one are you learning now?
Find.
Find. Okay. Sure. So, describe to me how you're doing this, and go ahead and roll your animal handling check.
Well, I'm just gonna take something out of my pocket, like a gold piece, like like turn him around so he can't see me, bury it, and then like, go on, go find it. Oh,
Okay.
brilliant.
Okay, sure. Goes over to where you've kind of found some loose soil, like a flower bed kind of thing near a shop. Goes over, kind of does that thing where like cats don't quite like to get dirty, and kind of like delicately but jerky at the soil to try and dig away. Reveals what you've hidden, doesn't pick it up, but just goes, looks back at you, and like meows.
Brilliant.
I mean, they found it.
And
Yeah,
it's now
fine.
walking while like shaking its paw, like when animals have something on their feet and they're like trying to shake it off but walk at the same time.
Brilliant. Oh.
Okay. I take it you're all heading back to the tavern together now.
Yes, I believe we changed taverns, didn't we? We
Yes.
booked into a different one because the first one was a bit.
Really, that was such a good tavern.
It was a lovely
I can't
tavern,
understand.
just not for us. Just not for us.
Maybe
Um,
Goplana makes her way back there alone.
Oh wait, what?
She got some unfinished business.
It just kicked me off. I don't know what's going on.
I'm going to ask Octavius if he's. What's your opinion on cats?
Cats, I mean, depends on the size. Once they get too big, they're a bit too dangerous for my liking.
How big's too big?
And he motions to like waist height.
Oh.
I mean,
Have you ever heard of shock therapy?
Yeah, I think isn't that where you use like a spell like shocking grasp and you just
No,
on the head and the brain and.
No, that's a bit barbaric. No, the shocking grasp is more of a shocking grasp. Shock therapy is more of a sudden and immense exposure to something that you may or may not be afraid of. And as I say, that a like 4 foot tall mountain cat, like a fucking mountain lion cougar thing, starts like comes around the corner with probably like half of a dead mic and it just hanging out of his mouth.
Oh my god!
I would say she doesn't bite, but that would be a lie.
Come on, Warner guy. Jesus.
it would.
Ordinarily, you have to pay a lot of money for therapy, and that was free. So
You're welcome.
I just saved you 50 gold.
It may be also good to point out by this point, Octavius, is that there is another smaller cat that you've probably never seen before, even in your travels. This cat-like being is almost iridescent in its appearance, but it's like a purple / green / blue kind of flecks to its fur, and it also has 2 tails. And is much bigger than a regular domestic cat by this point.
See, I'm much more used to the size of that. Wait, what?
Imagine, because it's like Vanta black, you know, that paint's so black that it cannot actually be like perceived with the naked eye or whatever. Like it's impossible to tell how big Eben is until you're right next to them. And like, oh wait, this is a big fucking cat.
Sure are a peculiar bunch.
Thank you.
Everyone has their differences. everyone's unique in their own special ways. We, as a group, however, just so happen to have a lot of high concentration of weirdos. I bite my thumb and start drinking my own blood. Anyway, our tavern's down this way.
Fuck's sake.
Okay, just lead the way. By the way, I didn't get half of your names.
We should have like a song, like a Captain Planet song, for branding purposes. I am Jirak. This is Kega, and I point to the cat. Kega, say hi.
Nice kitty. Nice kitty.
Pays you no attention whatsoever.
I'm Clarence. I hit things with my stick.
Ooh, okay, right. We've got something going there. I start writing it down. I'd say I'll take bard levels, but I do have a charisma of 8, so I don't know how well it would go. Oh no, 7. I lied. 7.
Yeah, you've been the one doing all the talking.
Yes, yeah. I'm. You'll notice that I tend to be the one to do all the talking, but also I cause a lot of the problems with the talking. None of us are very good people, are we?
Oh no.
Speak for yourself.
I mean,
We did have like a people person at the front of our group, but then the timeline got reset. So yeah. Now we're stuck with little old me. 7 charisma and
are you okay there?
usually quite scary, / aggressive. He said, blood running out of his mouth.
I think the worst thing is I've got the best charisma in the group, and that's worrying.
What is it, like 11?
14.
Oh wow! Look at you go. You got a positive modifier. It's very impressive.
I know.
Okay, so you reached the tavern that you decided to swap to. You're each shown your rooms. Your rooms are a little bit more run down than the tavern you was in before. However, you are like in the roof, in the eaves of the roof, in terms of where your room's situated, and each room has quite a large kind of bay window that has a very thick, like stone slabbed ledge on the outer side of the window.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's no prostitute button, so
doesn't seem to be any prostitute button. No.
Oh fucking hell.
This seems to be.
What is a prostitute button?
Oh yeah, shit.
What's that?
I forgot about it.
Oh, he forgot that he forgot.
Because I've got no recollection of any prostitute buttons.
Or any like naked gnomes.
No.
you know the concern meme of like the person with their like pointy fingers up against their mouth, like looking a bit worried. That Jurek does that and goes, I will tell you when you're older.
Okay, and Clarence pulls out a notebook and writes it down.
That's gonna come back.
Prostitute button.
And you know what's even better? It's all your fault.
Yeah. 7 charisma. Very good at conflict resolution.
When we get in, I'd need to have a look at my leg to see what the fuck's going on and why I've only got 25 speed. I've been kicked off again.
No.
No, I'm okay. Swear to God.
Sorry, your leg.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're gonna have to refresh me. What happened to your leg?
Oh, I got crushed under a
The giant crystal.
big fuck off
Oh, yeah.
crystal, and
Yeah.
now I've only got 25 speed.
Yeah.
And with like 30 again.
You've clearly got a minor fracture.
Oh fuck. Okay. Can I oh, I'd like to use my splint and maybe can I cure wounds it to see if it will heal?
I mean, you can. Any kind of surface damage will probably heal, but the fracture might stay in place for a little while.
I've got lesser restoration if it will, like,
That'll
if we use
probably
it, you know, over a long term. You know, like do it every day for a week or whatever. If that would fix it.
That would be useful if I could.
Yeah, because I've got I have a second level spell slot left for the end of the day. Just
I'm
speed up the healing
gonna I'm gonna makeshift splint it anyway.
Okay.
And ask Jarek if he could help with that.
Sure.
No problem.
Make note that if that's what you're doing, the end of the long rest that is about to follow, you can add 1 to your speed.
26 feet of movement.
Is there anything
Yeah,
else that anyone else wishes to do before they rest?
Yes. I'm gonna message Zeppelin because we should have done that about 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, hi, it's Lana. We've been somewhat occupied at the moment. I've also got an amulet. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but you can reply to this message if you can. Sorry we didn't get in contact earlier. It's been a bit of a shit show. Thanks. Tumbleweed.
You hear almost like a static to begin with, and then you hear a familiar male voice say, "Hope to see you soon, Kaplana."
Who was that?
Was that
That
Jack?
sounded like Jack.
Oh no!
Cunt. Absolute cunt. What the fuck? No.
Right.
Shouldn't he be dead already?
So you know what we said about sometimes guest characters come on and things end poorly between us. Quite a startling example of that is Jack.
Oh, I'm doing this with everyone around me, and I'm going to go, hello, Jack. Nice to hear from you, I don't think. Where are you? Where can we meet?
Tell him we want to kill him.
Where are you, you big fat stupid cunt? XOXO.
Gossip girl.
There was a place. Hold on one moment. I have to remember what it was called.
Notepads
Oh,
are
no.
ready, everyone.
I was kind of hoping that after we dealt with Hofflau, we were never going to have to see Jack again.
No, we've made the promise to that hag that we
Ah,
we got-
shit. Yeah, we did.
We've got to
didn't
kill
we?
him.
Like, damn
Oh
it.
yeah.
Making promises with hags.
Does anyone remember the exact wording of our hag contract?
No, but I can
Assume-
find it within like 5 seconds if I go
Please.
onto YouTube.
What was our reward?
Our reward,
Because I know we spent ages trying to get the wording right.
oh, we got the reward was basically her giving us
And
things.
fennel and celery taking a little bit longer to form into
We've already been given those though.
So if we don't finish the job, she's going to come for us and we're all going to die.
I believe that was it, yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't get paid in advance per se. We got stuff in advance, but Did we get everything? I can't remember if we got
I swear
everything.
it was like we had like a wish. We could tell her what we wanted, but we were trying to be very specific about what we wanted because we knew she was going to fuck with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it
got
was-
what you got what you wanted.
We
but,
wanted to know what Jack's
if
weakness was.
if everything was to anything, if you was to breach the vow of agreement, then obviously there was a contract, so to speak, that has been put in place if you decide to not fulfill the arrangement.
And we stupidly asked for Jack's weakness, and she gave us the stupid fucking answer.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh,
You
a
do
knife.
again,
A sword in the right place.
Goplana, you do get the same static that you received before. It's unusual because you don't usually get a static before a response of anyone else that you would be communicating with. It's almost like something is occurring before, and you hear the same voice of Jack. He says, "Come and find me at the grotto."
Where?
He says, "Come and find me at the grotto."
fucking duck on a stick. I think the grotto might be where the fucking hag was. Have we been double bamboozled?
Oh,
The grotto. That wasn't the grotto. That was just her hide, her cave, or whatever. It wasn't.
Okay, all right, okay. I didn't know if
she
it was.
never referred to it as the grotto.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that's what I was worried about because it could be described as a grotto. I didn't know if it.
Yeah, I mean, in
was
terms
one.
of descriptive, it was very kind of cave grotto-ish, but she never referred to it as such.
Gotcha.
And again, okay, Arthurite. Where is this grotto?
You hear the static once more, and it's almost like you know when like you've caught someone like butt dialing, and you can kind of hear them in the background.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you hear.
Okay. I wonder if they've stopped me. And I'm gonna look at Jack with my mouth. Hey Jack, can you hear this?
Provided I hear it, I say yes.
Can he?
No.
But okay,
I think
so
you're,
I'm cut off from the world.
I think your amulet might be more harm than it's worth.
Okay.
Although be prepared that when you take it off that you don't get like all of your voicemails backed up at once.
Okay, I'm gonna. How is it blocking it? Is an amulet against detection and location? Detection. That makes. Oh, okay.
Could also be that maybe. I mean, you didn't try to send it to Jack, so clearly there's some kind of interference going on somewhere along the supply chain.
Right, I'm gonna take off. Oh, this is a bad idea. Right, okay, I'm taking off the amulet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to go again. Hey, Jack, can you hear this?
Do I hear it?
No.
I'm putting the amulet back on and reattuning to it, and that's the end of my night as I scream into my pillow.
Okay.
Try it on someone else first.
On someone else?
I have a theory.
Oh, okay.
Try do it to. Oh, actually, oh shit! No, try to do it to Octavius because try to do it to Octavius.
Hey, Clarence, can you hear this?
Do I hear anything?
Nope.
No.
Try to do it to someone that wasn't with us when we were in the Undead-a-Palooza place.
Undead-a-Palooza?
Yes, that's what I'm calling it.
Where's that? What was that?
Hello,
when we fought all the undead.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Hello, Shael. Are you still alive?
You hear a static again. Couple you hear the same voice of Handsome Jack. Silly, silly Goplana. When will you just not accept that there are just some things you can't prevent?
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna murder him. He's dead. I'm gonna kill him.
Jurek has a cork board up with various pictures connected by string and post-it notes on it. And he says, okay, so we can cross this one out. And I snip a string with a knife that says on it somewhere, there is weird black gunk goo that is technically still inside all of us that we never got rid of. It's not that. Nothing to do with the corruption that's infested our very souls.
Shit, yeah. Wicked people, I swear.
It seems that the best solution to basically all of our problems is just kill Jack.
Yeah, let's do
I
it.
like that idea.
I want to fucking gut him like a fish and then wear him like a coat.
He'd be a bit small, surely.
Rip out your bladder and wear as a bandana kind of suit.
I'm gonna make boots out of his skin.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
I'm
like
putting
you've
the
changed.
amulet back on, attuning to it,
Yeah.
and I'm going to I'm gonna see in a corner for a while. That's mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as nighttime comes to a full cycle, moon at its highest point, and you all fall to sleep. Jirak, I need you to make a perception check for me, please.
Man got bad perception. 22. Bad in the good sense.
In your room, by the window, you hear a
do we have a room each, or are we all in one big room?
room each.
Okay. I'm gonna wake up Kega and say, like, in Ranger speak, gonna go like, give me 5 minutes. If something bad happens, just like fucking slap someone we're friends with in the face, and I'm gonna poke my head out the window, or I'll look out the window, and then if I can see what is making the noise, I will then assess further.
Okay, so you do that. You look out the window. You can see like the figure, like a figure sat on the ledge just outside your window. The window almost like full blown
French
open,
doors.
Yeah, like French doors.
Yeah.
And you can see the figure on the ledge, a very familiar and recent figure of
Is he tall, dark, and handsome? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. Does he see me? See him?
Oh, he's looking at you through the window, sitting as cool as a cucumber.
Okay. I'm gonna motion. I like. One sec. I'll put a finger up. 1 sec. And I step out of sight, so I'm like behind a wall, and I get like a particularly shiny piece of metal, like the inside of my shield or something, and make sure my hair's alright. Get all the gunk out my eyes. Like,
Yep.
Okay. And I do like a quick like pull up or two to get the pump going. And then I put my stuff down. I was like, oh hey, yeah, I was just hanging out in my room. How's it going? I step outside onto the balcony.
How's it going? Nice digs.
Going good. Yeah, not too bad. We had a bit of a trouble in the last one. You know how it is, gnomes. And I like punch him on the shoulder. No.
Hey, want to do something cool?
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm pretty sure most of what I do is cool, but yeah. Am I gonna need to get dressed? And I sort of like shimmy a little bit, and my shirt has been unbuttoned down to like basically my belly button. Got like a big like pirate V-neck. Like yeah. Am I gonna need to get dressed or something, or?
Just come on, I've got something to show you.
Okay, I'm gonna like put my boots on or whatever,
Okay.
and I'll take a knife, but
Sure.
just to be safe. It goes in the shoe.
Sure.
And I will say to Kega, I'll say, Actually, no, I'm going to scribble a note and said, gone with guy from temple. If I'm not back by morning, Kegger can track me. And I leave that note on my bed, and I'll put like the pillow on top of it so it doesn't get blown away in a breeze or whatever, and then knife in the boot, hop out the window.
He says, "Don't forget your spear."
Oh, is that kind of okay? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get spear and shield. I won't put armor on though. It takes like 20 minutes.
Yeah. So you follow him, and you kind of have almost like a cool let's walk through the streets, dark streets of Craghammer.
It's like 4 a.m., right?
It's probably a bit earlier than that.
Okay, all right, but it's like dead middle of the night.
Oh
no one's
yeah.
out and about.
It's like time bars have kicked out like an hour and a half ago.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So we are like alone on the streets.
Yeah, and you kind of take a few like turns and stuff, and you find yourself in a very long, narrow like street alley. In the distance you can see a lone dwarf standing under a lantern, and he's coughing. And Tyler turns and says, "You see this guy?"
Yeah. Who's this dude?
This guy, he's a drunk. He preys on those who can't defend themselves. I think he needs to learn the lesson. Don't worry. We can just rough him up.
I mean, I don't even want to waste my time with a guy like this. You know what I mean? I'd rather just I don't know, see what else is going on in the city. See what's happening.
Jurek, come on. This guy's the guy. He beats his wife, his kids. This guy, he needs some. I thought you were cool.
I'm cool. Yeah, I'm cool. But how, do you know this dude? What's his name? What's you say he beats his wife? What's going on with that? What?
I've seen him around. I know his type.
Jurak is torn between two worlds, if you will.
In that case, I did arrange for this. In that case, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, Constitution save. Is this poison or a poison-like effect?
Nope.
Is it a disease?
Nope.
Okay. I'm just double checking if I can get advantage from anything because I don't want to kill an innocent man. Advantage resist poison, no. Advantage on animal handling and intimidation. Got advantage on everything but con saves. Okay, fuck it, let's do it. Woo, 17.
Nope.
Fail.
So in Jurak's head, he's like, yeah, but I guess if I know a guy like that, I'd probably want to fucking mess him up. But I don't know this dude. Yeah, but I mean, you take Tyler's word for it. Yeah, but you only just met Tyler. Oh, but he seems pretty solid. Yeah, he might seem pretty solid, but you're only saying that because he's a half-orc. Like, well, all the other half-orcs have said. He's just like talking to himself in his head, and as he does so, he's like walking over to him without even like his legs have possessed it, and he's like sort of bumps into him like, oh shit.
So
what's your problem, huh? I shove him.
As your adrenaline is rushing,
I chest bump him.
As your adrenaline is rushing through you, the rush of like a glaze of red, like everything, you know, like how photos are sepia and they're like browns and greys and stuff. Like your vision is like sepia, but instead of those like greys and silvers and browns, it's red.
Oh yeah,
your heart is racing and your vision becomes blurred. The next thing you know, your vision comes back into focus. You're in your bed and you are covered in blood. Your spear is also covered. By the window, open, Tyler looks over his shoulder, watches you, and he says, "Good work, Jirak. See you soon, pal." And the window closes.
When he's gone for like 2 minutes to go, yeah, see you soon, man. And then I vomit off the side of my bed and go, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck. I just like start freaking out. I have like a full-on panic attack. I'm gonna like stick a little finger in my mouth. I've been sort of like, biting my nails maybe a bit too far a little bit for the last couple of weeks. Does this taste like half-orc blood?
No.
Can I make a nature check to discern roughly how much blood has been left from whatever body
Of course you can. Yep.
this blood came from, and see, if it's the 2 points required to kill a man?
Yeah, this is probably a little more than 2 points. And it's dark.
It's fucking cool. It's cool. I get up and I start pacing. Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. And like Kega starts licking like a blood toilet. Kega, don't fucking jump roll. Okay, we're good. Okay.
As you're standing up and you're doing this, I would imagine you're using your spear to kind of steady yourself if you're feeling queasy.
I'm probably like, I don't have it in my hand like walking around. What I'm probably doing is like walking around, and then every time I get to the corner of the room that it's in, I like tap it a couple of times, like without even thinking.
Okay.
Just like to make sure it's still there. Almost.
Upon doing that, when you check it, you feel a sense of almost like a bond ship. Like the spear feels warmer to touch, almost like it's got its own heartbeat. You touch it for a brief moment, you can hear the.
I'm gonna hold like hand over my chest and hold the spear at the same time. Do the heartbeats match?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check the pile of vomit that I threw up over the side of my bed. What color is it?
I mean, it's pinkish. It's definitely like red, like pink mixture.
Is there a finger in it?
Not a finger, no. There doesn't seem to be any bone or cartilage. It just seems to be a mixture of bio and blood. But your spear, it feels easier. It feels smoother to the point where it stands, and you gain the +1 to your spear's damage and attack.
Ooh, maybe it's not so bad. That's Jirak's inner monologue. I for one know the statistical difference of a 5% more likelihood of hitting something is significantly worse than killing an innocent man. I am going to I'm feeling the spear and like, okay, right. Oh, what the fuck?
I think you cut out there.
Yeah, all I heard was just the noise of me joining and rejoining the call about 15 times, like very rapid succession. I'm just going to start pacing around a bit and be like, okay, right, well, it's called the blood spear. I'm covered in blood. The spear's got a heartbeat. That's fine. It's fine. Probably didn't kill an innocent man. I'm going to cast. What's it called? I'm gonna message Lana, and be like, hey Lana, can you come in my room really quick? I'm might need your help, please. Thank you. You can reply to this message.
You hear nothing.
Oh.
Shit. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna wait like 5 minutes and be like, she wouldn't ignore me. She wouldn't leave me on red. Okay. No, we'll sort this out. And then I'm gonna like open my bedroom door, and assuming it's like 2 doors down or whatever,
Yeah.
everyone else's rooms. Yeah. Open it up and like look into the hallway. See if there's anyone there.
Doesn't seem to. The hallway seems to be empty.
Okay. Look left, look right. Look left, look right.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna scuttle as quick as I can and try and open Lana's door.
Knock on the door.
No, not try and knock on it. Just open it and get inside as quick as I
Okay.
can.
Yep. Do me an intelligence check.
Oh fuck! It's gonna be long, isn't it?
To be fair, you probably know which room. I was in.
No. Sorry. Do me a wisdom check.
Wisdom.
Sorry, yeah,
Flat wisdom.
probably better.
Yep.
He probably does know what room you're in, Goplana. But it's
11.
whether in haste with an 11 he picks the right door. Let me roll. How many are there? 5. So we'll do 10.
It's either going to go very well or very badly.
Okay, so you open the door, you dart into the room, and you close the door, and you see there a elderly gentleman that you've just met that goes by the name of Octavius.
Is he asleep?
Nope.
Hi, Octavius. How's it going, man? How's it going?
My God. Help!
Hey, no. Don't worry. It's a simple misunderstanding. Go back to sleep. Pretend you saw nothing.
Misunderstanding.
Pretend you saw nothing. Just quick question. Do you happen to remember what room was Lana's?
It's opposite side.
Directly opposite. See that?
Yeah.
See my hands.
I mean, well,
left and right. I've got L and R tattooed on my hands, so I know my left and right. But I'm wearing gloves. You know, I'm wearing gloves. What am I gonna do? Cheers. Yeah.
I mean,
great sleep.
it might be wrong because never introduced herself. Summer, got Plana. I don't know which one's which.
Summer's and I motion horns. Lana's the you wouldn't know this, but she's the one who turns into a mouse. So,
Right. Yes.
Summer's the one with the horns. Lana's the
Mouse.
one that doesn't have horns. Yes.
Yeah. Opposite.
Okay, cool.
Opposite.
See ya. And I'm just gonna
Yeah.
jump into the hallway.
I closed. I quickly close the door and make sure I lock it. And if I can't find a lock, I put something in front of it.
Put a chair underneath the door handle.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna go into the one directly opposite then.
Yep. You hastily dash into the room again, close the door behind you. It is Goplana's room.
Okay. Lana! I'm just like stood like directly past the door. Like I don't want to get much closer. Lana! Like loud whispering from the other side of the room.
Lana's gonna like wake up and look at you and just be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
I think I may have succumbed to peer pressure.
Peer pressure. In what
Yes.
way? Why are you covered in?
Okay. Would it be better if I said it's not mine?
No.
Then it is mine? Maybe? I don't know. He might have fought back.
Oh
You
my
did.
God. Right. Lana's gonna take one of her. Sorry. Lana's gonna take. What have I got? I've got something. I'm gonna put my bedroll down on like the bed and gesture him to sit down. Like, right. Start from the beginning. What happened?
I'm gonna take my shirt off and start like mopping the blood off. I'm now realizing that I'm just like dripping blood as I walk. Okay, right. I take my shirt off and start like mopping myself up. Okay, so I told you about Tyler, right? That tall, dark, and handsome half orc who's me but cooler in every single way.
Yeah, the one that you want to look like. Yeah.
That's the guy. Yeah. So
Mhm.
so basically, I was like in my room, and I start like twizzling my hair with one finger. I was in my room, and I get woken up by like this knocking at the window. So I go check out the window, and it's Tyler. I'm like, hey dude, how's it going? You know, and it's like I like sort of like half wink, sort of like nod my head. You know, just want to see what was going on. And he invited me out. We went out on a nice little walk. Thought it would be quite fun. However, at some point during the night, I may or may not have killed an innocent man. Skipping over a few details, I think this is mostly his. But good news, my spear's cool now. Feel this, and I don't even realize I had it with me. I'm like, oh shit, I brought it with me. Feel this, and I like hold it out to her and see if she can feel the heartbeat as well.
I'll touch it and see what, like
Hey.
with a finger.
So it's a cold shaft. I didn't know what other word to use. It's not. It doesn't seem to be as. For you, it's very anticlimactic. It's a wooden spear like shaft. It just seems very regular, so you don't really kind of have any idea what Durek's going on about.
Right. Okay.
As she's like taking a second and looking at it, I like look at her wrist and see like under the veins, just like, and I'm like,
okay. So
yeah, what's going on?
I have a few things, a few points that I've gathered. My first one was, how the fuck did he know where you were?
I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing. Okay, right. So there are two places that you can stay at in this town, right? The two places, and maybe he just got lucky, picked the right one, 50-50 coin flip.
Yeah.
Well, he could have been staring through your window as well. Just to figure out who was who.
Wonderful. Okay, moving swiftly onwards.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not think it's a phrase we use with Clarence, stranger danger?
Now the thing is, we say that with Clarence because he is a child, so he needs to be reminded. I am a big grown boy.
Oh, a big grown boy that followed someone and killed an innocent man.
Actually, sorry, I should add, he might not have been innocent.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't know. I didn't talk to him first. I just killed him. May have killed him.
So you turned up, saw this guy, and was it Tyler? Tyler looks at you and says, "This one, we're killing this one."
You give me a little bit of backstory first. It was a lovely walk. How long were we walking for? Like half an hour, 15 minutes.
Fuck's sake.
Right. Okay.
Under
so,
what would have been the moonlight.
Mm-hmm.
If it weren't for all the blood, it would have been very romantic.
Oh yeah. Everyone. Okay. I have two more points on my little list. So you've gained from killing, because your spear's now cool, and she's gonna make like quotation marks around it.
I mean, it was pretty cool before. It's just now. We're on a wavelength.
God.
I do like
sounds
I
like he's
motion
been
between
doing
my forehead.
MDMA all night.
You should see like in person. I'm strutting around my room like motioning with my hands to try and get in the mood for it. If I have my webcam on, I look like I'm just skanking in my room by myself. Right.
Right. What's to say that you won't do this again to another person that maybe doesn't deserve it?
Well, here's the thing, right? I feel like mostly quite bad about this, so chances are I'm going to avoid it in the future. You know. Right. However, it is my understanding that. I mean, I don't mean to brag, but I'm pretty sure the spear can't get any cooler.
Fuck's sake.
So, I mean, there's no reason to kill any innocent people now.
Right.
Okay. Plus, I mean, who's to say that? Like, have you ever tasted blood? Huh?
I mean,
No, didn't think so. It's actually quite nutritious.
Dirac, listen to yourself. Can you hear what you're saying? Are you right, okay. I've got one more point, and I think this one's a big important one. Did we learn anything from people coming to us in the middle of the night, going and maybe killing people because they're telling us to? The name starts with W and ends with crack.
Okay, well, no offense, but that was you and this is me. And I could take a fucking gnome in a fight.
Yeah, I remember that one. No one did anything except for me. And Clarence, admittedly.
And also, in fairness, Wizcrack was a ghost, and I am like 9%, 90, I said 90% sure that Tyler Durden is a real person.
Well, next time he comes along, invite me. I'd like to meet this Tyler person.
I mean, see, the thing is, we were at the temple. We were at the temple at the same time. You just missed him.
Yeah. How no one else could see him, Dirac? How do you know he's real? And he's not brought on by the spear wanting blood.
Look,
I think I made a good point.
As if. Dirac's hand starts shaking. Nah.
He looks like you, yes.
No. He's much more attractive.
Oh, okay, so he looks like your ideal version of you, yes?
I would describe he is me, but perfect in every way, yes.
Right.
An idealized self, if you will.
Right. Could this be something that the spear is giving you to work towards? And by doing that, it's
impossible. His tattoos are way too cool.
His tattoos.
I can't. I take my gloves off. I can't get rid of these motherfuckers. This is a horrible mistake. I should just like shave my skin off.
No. Okay.
I start chewing on like one of my fingers, like absent-mindedly. Yeah.
You know when you like slap someone's hands when they're reaching for a cookie? I'm gonna do that towards you.
Ow. Okay. Rude. First of all.
You're eating yourself.
No. Everyone bites their nails and sometimes their skin. Very normal. Very healthy. It's grooming. It's self-groom. This is self-care. You're not allowed to judge me for it.
Oh my god. Listen to your words. Right, okay. So why don't we go back? Why don't we get you cleaned up? I'll get a basin and you can get washed up and less bloodless. And then
it's like a waste.
Maybe go and see what's happening on the street, and we'll make sure that. Has anyone else been like this?
Only like one person.
Who? Dirac?
Okay, right. From best to worst, who would you most like me to have been seen by? Who would you least like me to have seen by? And that's like in the world, so I understand it might take a while. I'll let you know if you get it.
I'm going to limit the people that's in this tavern. Best case scenario is either going to be Summer or Clarence. Worst case scenario, it will be the tavern owners or Octavius, the guy that we're trying to persuade we're actually good people too.
Do you know, like as you said, tavern owners, he got a smile on his face, and he said to me, okay. So, taking your thoughts into consideration.
Yes.
I should note, this entire time he's trying to play off really cool. He hasn't blinked once, and his eyes are bloodshot down to the pupil. So, bad news.
Right.
It was Octavius. However, it was pretty dark, and he's a human. So probably didn't even see that I was covered to blood and head to toe. Also, did you like swap rooms in the middle of the night? Because I could have sworn you were in that room. Wowzers.
No.
Yikes.
Broad daylight. He definitely can't see because he's human. Right. Okay.
It's broad daylight. It's the night. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Is it?
If clocks existed in Tal'Dorei.
I know exactly what time it is. What time is it, Nick?
It's about,
yeah.
It's currently now It's about 6:30.
It's broad daylight outside.
Well, we're inside a mountain. We're underground,
Okay.
so it's never broad daylight. But sorry, I'm being pedantic. Sorry.
I've got
Shall
my
I
head
kill
in
him?
my hands. If there's anything that's going on, that's what Lana's doing right now. Right, okay, we need to... What's our plan of action? We need to make sure...
Kill Octavius.
No.
No witnesses.
Well, welcome to the group.
Come at me, bro. I was warned.
Brilliant.
I mean, best case scenario, he's racist and just assumes that's what all half-orcs do. Worst case, we have to kill him.
Okay. My campaign to tell people that we're actually good is going down the drain rather quickly in the space of 2 hours.
Oh, you're playing with the wrong group.
I really am. It's taken less than an hour and we've already killed someone. Okay.
Durak's gonna like get that basin of water and start like mopping the blood off, and eventually turn around, and have to.
As you're doing this and you're still planning on how to deal with this scenario, you do hear a very subtle bell ringing from the lower floor where the tavern bar is. You would probably assume that just means that breakfast is ready.
I couldn't eat a thing. I'm stuffed.
Right, okay, right. So you get dressed and into something less bloody. I'm going to go get us food. I'll bring it back up, and then we'll reconvene and deal with what's going to happen next. Okay?
Sounds like a plan, sister.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna glare at Jirak once more, and then I'm gonna go downstairs, get food, and then come back up as quickly as possible.
Okay. By the time you come back up, I'm face down on the floor asleep. I haven't slept at all that night, and I'm very stressed. I just face down on the floor.
So so as you go down, you sort out like a plate full of food to take back up to Jirak. You do see a carver. Well, you know what they wear by now in terms of the guards. You see a carver guard by the door speaking to the landlady, and you hear, a body, you say? Really? Blood everywhere? No, can't see I've heard anything.
That's the thing. Going into
Okay, sure. A few hours you'll be back for questioning. Oh, okay. And the guard sort of leaves. And she kind of turns back to close the door, sees you, Lana, and says, I hope you and your friends had a great sleep, but I hope you're going to stick around. It seems that the guard's going to return back for some questioning. It seems that a body was found.
A body, really? What happened? Do you know?
Didn't really say. Just said there was someone murdered out in the street.
God, that's awful. When?
Aye.
How? Right. Okay. We were gonna head out quite early. That's the problem.
Well, look.
Do you know when they'll be back?
He said soon, so maybe an hour. But I'll tell you what. If you say you were going to head out, tell you what. If you give me another 100 gold, I can strike you off the books, so to speak.
Oh.
Do it.
How much gold were we thinking?
Do it.
100 will surely do it.
Yeah, but that just makes us look pretty brave.
But it also makes us look like we've never been there and we can get away with it scot-free.
I don't think the rest of us realise that you've just gone and murdered someone. So someone's like, I'm happy to stick around.
I would
Yeah,
say
like,
by this point a few of you
there's
are
nothing to
staring,
hide.
if you're not already downstairs eating.
I'm saying this away from literally everyone. No one's around me as I'm talking to people. Right, okay.
Kegel wanders downstairs and is like, meow. Like, doesn't know where Jirak is.
Okay. I'll give you 130. Name struck off the book. You've never seen this in your life.
Make it so.
Make it 2.
So it would be the 35 hours a week.
Is that what you just said? Make
No,
it 200.
she didn't make it so, and she kind of
Make it so.
palms out
Right.
her hand.
I'll
Take the
count
gold.
out 130. Bastard.
Increase the magic bonus on my spear to +3.
I'm gonna pass the gold over. Hold out my hand to shake. Is there any other member of us there at the moment?
I mean, there are in like the further reaches of the room. There's like 1 or 2 kind of individuals, but they didn't see. The conversation wouldn't have been loud enough for them to perhaps hear it from that distance.
Wonderful. Can I see Clarence, Summer, and Octavius around?
It's up to them guys.
Octavius is still locked in his room.
Wonderful. The other 2?
But regardless, it will be minimum 20.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna go back upstairs. And I don't know if I'm still. Okay, I'm gonna go back upstairs. I'm gonna go into the room, see Jirak asleep on the floor, kick him in the side, and say, "I've just lost 130 gold because of you."
I give her 130 gold.
Thank you. We need to get dressed, get changed. We're leaving, and I'm gonna go knock on the door of everyone else's room. I'll start with Summer.
Tessa.
Open the door, Summer.
I'll let your fucking self.
I'll fine. I'm gonna open the door. Get up quickly as possible. We're leaving soon as Jirak's being dim shit.
During this time, I would like to braid all of my hair, or the hair on the top of my head. No, braid all of the hair on the top of my head into one huge matted dreadlock, cut it off, and burn it.
Okay.
Right, and then I'm gonna go to Clarence's room. I'm gonna knock on the door. Just go, Clarence. You in?
Hello.
Hiya, it's Lana. Do you mind if I come in?
I'm naked. Don't come in.
Right, okay. We're heading out in the next half an hour. You think you'd be ready to go?
Maybe. Yeah.
Awesome. See you later. And I'm gonna go
See you
back.
downstairs. Save me some sausage and bacon, please.
Okay. Wonderful.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Meanwhile, Clarence is also covered in blood.
Knock on Octavius's door.
Well, let's be honest. Let's
Octavius, are you in there?
You get no response.
Maybe he's gone. Octavius, it's Lana.
Go away! I'm not here!
I think you are.
Evidence points to the contrary.
Can you open the door? Is someone there with you?
Is someone there with you?
No, I'm on my own. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm just great. You hear some shuffling of furniture. I slowly open the door and you see me peek around.
Are you okay?
Do I look bloody okay? I open the door fully and you literally see that the room is just tossed. Everything was up against the door.
Right. Why am I being agony aunt this morning? Right. We'll have this conversation behind the door if that's okay. I'm gonna walk inside and close it behind me. Right. What happened?
You'll notice that there's a knife in his hand.
The
Right.
bread knife.
That's enough. It'll be fine. Right. What happened? Start to finish.
I was sleeping, and then let's see, Durak, the half-orc guy, I burst into my room, semi-naked, covered in blood, with a fucking spear. Though to be fair, he kind of just looked like he was sweaty. But now that I've got more light in here, there's still a pool of blood on the floor.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
How do you know it's not your blood?
You're not here to say anything, mate.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Durak's spirit enters the room. How do you know it's not your blood?
So.
Like,
Okay.
astrally project.
Oh, right. So something happened last night. We're sorting it out. We're not good people. We're prefacing this. I don't think I introduced myself. I'm Lana. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Lana.
Hi.
Atreus.
Oh, nice to meet you. Yeah, brilliant. It's been a long night. Durak's done something stupid. He's not gonna hurt you, I promise.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. I really get that sense from a guy bursting in my room, spear. Oh, yeah, I felt completely safe.
Yes, but we have 3. Right, okay, so a lot happens with our group. We've been through a lot of things. We've had not demons, horrible gods, betrayer gods in our heads. We've been through a lot together, and we know that we won't attack each other unless something's very, very wrong. He didn't come in here to hurt you. We're sorting it out, and we're making sure this doesn't happen again. Is there anything I could do to make it better for you?
Keep him the fuck away from me.
Wonderful. Are you still coming with us, or would you like to stay here?
I don't know. I don't. I don't know.
Right, okay. You like books, right?
Yeah, I guess that's one way of putting it.
I used to have a bookshop. Yeah. Right, what have I got? Try and persuade people to come with us.
Ah, yes, bribery.
I said I'm not a good person. I've got a book about the Underdark. Would you like that to maybe a small recompense for our horrible gesture towards you this morning?
Which book of the Underdark is it?
It's called Flumps Underdark.
Ooh, the book on flumps. Yeah. Oh man, I love flumps. They're great.
Flumps Underdark.
That's what I've written down. It was very quickly because I have a lot of books written down on this page.
So basically, once an intended has read a book through the pages, you actually gain advantage if you encounter that creature, as well as know their weaknesses.
Right in the fucking eye.
Wait, do you guys know what a flump is?
No.
Oh my god.
They're adorable.
Put it in the chat.
I think I should get ice cream now.
They're lawful good.
Sure.
They are the only good creatures to find in the Underdark. Sweet little baby boys.
No idea.
They're about the size of a house cat.
Idea what happened to
House cat.
It was somebody else.
Great. They float around and go like whoop, 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 whoop. And that's how they communicate. They're fucking brilliant. I love them so much.
Okay.
Well, I can't say that I've ever read that one.
I would like the last magnum
And
in compensation for
maybe
Mum
it
flicking me in the eye.
in us apologising.
I mean,
Thanks.
It might help with my research.
Yeah, you could read this.
But you just looked me in the eye.
What kind of thing, yeah?
I can't breathe. Ow.
What's going on in the background?
Summer,
Sorry.
tell Mum to behave herself.
Being
Mum,
assaulted.
behave yourself. Yeah.
Okay, right. I have a plan.
All lights all night.
Right, okay. Right, okay. Yeah, Octavius, I do this with the knowledge that you're not going to rat us out to guards. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'll explain everything later. You've just got to trust me for the next maybe week or so.
Okay, trust a person that I've never really met over the, internal screaming saying, oh my god, they're going to kill you.
I'm not going to kill you. I've got better things to do with my life. I've got more people that are higher on the problem scale. You know what I mean?
Yes,
We've
you've
had a
got
bad
people to kill
week.
first.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, well, as long as we get to the Underdark and I can do my research, then maybe I can get past this. Maybe.
I believe you can, and I believe in you as a person to get through this. I think you'll do great. Right. We're gonna head out in the next maybe half an hour. If you can get ready and meet us downstairs, that would be wonderful. Nice to meet you. I'm now gonna go back to my room and go and maybe kick Jarak once more.
Okay.
In my hazy dream state, I have come up with a plan.
Oh, good.
It involves leaving the city and no one seeing me.
Fuck's sake.
Trust, it will work. There is literally no way this could possibly go wrong.
Why?
Right. What's the idea?
I think it's best if I just do it. Otherwise, we'll spend too long deliberating. So when we're leaving, I'll do it and just carry on as normal.
Okay.
Trust me.
Right. Okay.
Do you trust me?
Unfortunately.
Okay, cool. I take a potion out of the bag of holding and put it in my a little holster.
Oh, fuck. Have you got a potion of invisibility in there?
No, better.
Okay. Oh god, you're not becoming a fucking gaseous form, are you?
No. Stop guessing. It'll ruin the surprise.
Oh, I don't like this. Right, okay. Right, I'm gonna pick up my stuff. Get less bloody, and I'll meet you downstairs in a few minutes.
2 thumbs up.
For fuck's sake. Right, okay. And I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, but any other one of us would have sat in our own cars whilst they checked it.
So a short period of time passes. Gather yourselves and try to get yourself sorted out. By the time you're ready to leave, the guards have still not come back yet, so you have this time to make your plans or your escape.
Okay.
Whatever the case may be.
Approximately how far away are we from the exit of the city?
I mean, you have to go up a tier to exit. But it'd probably take you from your current location maybe an hour to the gate.
An hour to the gate. Okay, yeah, cool. Good, we're good. I have a plan.
Right, we're going.
We're going. Everyone ready?
As soon as Jirak comes downstairs, you see that look again, except it's more fear this time. Fearful staring.
I do not make eye contact with Octavius. Pretend you're not there.
I don't move until you are out of the room.
Okay. Once we're all gathered and we're about to step out the door, I take that potion. One sec. I grab that potion, I drink it, and go, you have 64 minutes, and I get in the bag of holding.
Did he just climb into the...
We have a potion of water breathing, don't we?
You have a potion of bottled breath. This bottle contains a breath of elemental air. When you inhale it, you either exhale it or hold it. If you hold the breath, you don't need to breathe for 1 hour.
Right.
And then there's an additional 4 minutes thanks to my rather high constitution score. So you have 64 minutes. And I will just sit in the bag of holding.
Can we go shopping?
A hand pokes out of the bag of holding with one finger raised in the air. I leave it to your imagination which one it might be.
1 hour? Okay, thank you.
Can I attempt to throttle Clarence from inside the bag of holding?
Okay, so Jirek jumps in the bag of holding. You all ready yourselves? I take it. Who's holding the bag?
Lana.
So Lana will carry the bag.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so you head straight to the exit.
Well, yeah. They knew where we were going, so we're just gonna head out.
Okay.
That's a good idea. Oh fuck.
Okay, so you spend your time traveling through the streets of Craghammer towards the exit or the entrance, the one entrance and exit that you are aware of, the same way you got into Craghammer, and you begin to approach the gate.
Fuck me. Okay,
There
cool.
seems to be almost like a turnstile kind of process going on. There are a series of carvers at the gate, stopping and checking individuals that wish to exit Craghammer.
Fuck. I'm gonna dart into an alley for a moment, and I'm going to put my cloak on, and I'm going to make it. Can I put it over the back, over the bag, and make it look like it's just my black flat back, like there's nothing there?
I mean, you can, because it's a cloak of many fashions, so you can make the cloak appear like any design of cloak you wish.
Oh fuck. Okay, never mind.
Put it under your cloak and tell them it's a deformity.
You could potentially use that.
How long does it take to attune to something?
Put the bag on your front so you're pregnant.
Isn't it usually a long rest or short rest?
Attune, it's 15 minutes, but it can automatically be counted as part of a short rest.
Yeah.
Do you want to attune to, if it's 15 minutes, do you want to attune to the ring of invisibility?
We have a
Oh,
potion.
no.
We have a potion of invisibility. We have a potion.
I've got a ring. Why waste the potion? But also, I've got a ring of telekinesis. I can just make the ring float like 100 meters in the air or 60 feet in the air above us.
You mean the bag?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh no, that's gonna turn out so badly. Can I use your ring, please, Clarence?
No, if we give the ring to Jirak, anything he's carrying turns invisible, and he's carrying the bag, so we can then make it float above, but it's invisible.
Bag.
Yeah, that's a semantic. Come on. Is there anything he's holding as well? So if he's holding the bag from inside, so his hand's sticking out, he's holding the bag, I can then levitate it 60 feet in the air whilst he's holding it and inside.
It's gonna turn out. What if you lose concentration?
It's not a spell.
It's not a spell.
What's the stealth modifier of a bag of holding?
Whatever it is, you've got advantage because you'd be invisible.
And I've got a +10 from possible trace. Oh my god. This is fucking ridiculous.
Why don't I just turn invisible then? Everything that I've got on me is invisible.
Are you saying that in character?
Yes.
Then I turn you invisible.
Yes. Right.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
turned myself
Miss having
invisible.
wizards.
Cool. Let's go.
So one of you is invisible.
2 of us. I've
Two
turned
of you
myself
are
invisible. Shit's
invisible.
Oh, good. All we have to do is get Summer past the guard checkpoint.
And Octavius.
And
No, Octavius is very mild-mannered, from what I can tell. Summer, however, has a problem with authority.
Oh yeah, let's fucking do this. I'm
Yeah.
ready to start a damn fight.
Is there somewhere for us to pass, or is it literally like there's a wall and a turnstile in the
No,
middle of it?
so I mean, it's not a physical turnstile, but the process is very turnstile-like. So you have
we can.
like,
There is space for us to walk through.
yeah, you could,
It's
yeah,
like
you
it's
could
like
probably,
the entrance
yeah.
to a convention, not the entrance to a football match.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you say that in character?
Dirac has invented 2 things this day.
We're gonna end up in prison again, aren't we?
We
guys
weren't in prison, we were in jail.
prison?
There's a difference. No, there's a difference. Jail and prison are 2 very different things.
When were you in
We're
jail?
gonna end
Oh,
up in
jail. That's so much better.
It is so much better, because jail implies that you're just under suspicion. Prison means that you were found guilty.
We
Very
managed to
distinct
escape.
difference between the 2 things.
Anyway, you guys should. You've got like an hour to get past them, okay? And if I get hit, if I even get distracted, you're visible again.
Fuck, let's go. Right, okay.
Can I have given?
Have you gone?
I'm gonna.
You still here? You gone?
I'm gonna have given Lana my shoes so that while invisible, her footsteps leave no trace or make any noise.
Okay, good to know. So
They're a bit big, but they're made of leaves. So do what you will.
either you have gone or you have not. The others do not know. But the others, Octavius and Summer, join a queuing system, it would seem. A very short queuing system. There's not very many people that wish to leave at the moment. And you see a series of carver guards. And first of all, Summer comes up to the carver guards, and he's like, where do you think you're going?
Out.
I suppose you don't know about the murder that's happened.
Oh well, that would explain a lot.
Aye. Could you tell us where you were last night?
One of the inns.
Which inn do you know?
Give me a sec.
The one that isn't full of the horny gnomes.
Yes, the one that isn't run by creepy gnomes that turn up to your room naked halfway during the night.
Mm-hmm.
Very naked.
Do you have anyone that can collaborate your story?
This guy. I'm gonna point at Octavius.
What say you, sir? And you see this like muscularly kind of guard-looking guy.
Oh, sorry, what? Huh? I was miles away there. Huh? What?
Your friend here says that you can collaborate. That she was at an inn all night.
Yeah, I mean, she was in the room next to me.
Did you see her inside this room?
I mean, I saw her when she went into it and when she came out, but, well, did I see her come out, or I might have been downstairs.
So what you're saying is you can't collaborate. She was inside the room.
I'm sorry. Is this because of my race? Are you being racist? Are you assuming that I'm gonna murder some random guy because I'm a tiefling? Is that what you're ensuing here? Because that's racist. And I will go to your manager.
We have to treat everyone as a suspect, including this young man.
But did you give everyone else that went out before us the same kind of questioning?
He's gonna full Karen.
Yes, we did.
Well, I don't care. I still want whoever it is that's above you, because I am feeling just very uncomfortable right now. Like, you are assuming because of my race that I'm capable of murder. You know?
Are you
That's
trying to
disgusting.
intimidate him?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me an intimidation, please.
Tiefling lives matter.
Okay.
Intimidate him not with violence, but with the threat of his own superiors.
He starts to like stutter and kind of get lost and doesn't quite know how to deal with this situation. This is not something that is very frequently frequently occurs in Craghammer, so he kind of starts to stutter, and then you see a carver that you recognize from your entrance, the one that was very close to Jirak.
I'm gonna point at him and just go, "You, come here."
Ah, you're Jirak's friend, right?
I am. If you could just inform this guard here who is being, and she's gonna like side eye him really evilly and just say, very racist, that not all tieflings are murder hobos. I would like to get going.
Wait, you have a house?
I'm gonna punch you.
Let her go. She knows Jirak. I'm sure Jirak and his friends have nothing to do with what this is going on. Where is Jirak?
Do you know what? We stayed at completely different inns last night. So I wouldn't know. We just said we were going to meet at this mine to go look at some stuffs. That's where I'm on my way to now.
You hear in the wind just, "We went ahead scouting last night."
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion. Deception, actually. Deception, because you're trying to deceive him.
Oh no.
Really? Well, I've been on duty all night and I haven't seen anyone come back.
Oh, he's very sneaky boy.
Aye.
Ooh.
Perhaps you want to take a sit down and we'll let you know when we can pass you through.
Can I cast invisibility on myself?
You're literally just casting invisibility.
On myself.
Okay. You kind of just blink and you are invisible. You, Octavius, see a very narrowed-eyed Carver just look very confused. Looks at you and is like,
Can I whisper in his ear and just like, "Oh, thanks. I've gone to hell. I'm in hell. I'm in hell."
Both metaphorically and in this hypothetical world that you've created for yourself, literally.
Yep.
I was summoned by my lord.
So I've got a heartbeat sensor and blood pressure monitor with me. I'm just gonna make sure I'm not about to have a fucking heart attack, because it certainly feels like I am.
So as you go invisible, you see a fit of panic. The Larodown turns around and he kind of swiftly points at the gate and says, "Shut the gate quickly! Don't
Can I
let her
leg it
through."
through? I want to leg it through. I want to fucking
I
run.
think we all do, unless we're already through.
We
Everyone
would've been
else
for ages
seems to be
ago.
through. Yeah. go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at those. Please don't let me down.
Okay. You see, as you jump through, the gate just closes just behind you, and like before, there's that little side door as well, like the little maintenance hatch kind of thing, off to the side. It still just has like a small bolt across it. You hear, "I think we found our murderer, boys."
Oh no!
And they all start to skitter off, and like people that are in the queue like begin to like just sort of step out of the way, and some of the guards like position themselves in a very strategic defensive manner, hoping that you're by. Octavius, you're kind of left in the midst of this. The guard that was questioning you before kind of is now preoccupied with his orders to strategically place himself, and you can now see them spotted around this kind of courtyard to the entrance, and they're kind of like randomly jabbing at the air with like spears and knives, just randomly jabbing.
Well, it was wonderful playing with you, Octavius. Welcome to the tents.
Thanks. I feel very temporary. So the guy that was questioning me, I just look at him. Is anyone like in my immediate vicinity? Because I haven't moved at all.
No, he's probably like maybe 10-15 foot from where you would have been stood. But now he's kind of like looking around, all very, very shocked, and very investigating like these surroundings and seeing if he could hear anything moving or see any kind of movement or anything, but just randomly like just jabbing around, just hoping to catch or get something.
Oh, okay. Well, my guy just says to himself, says not necessarily to himself, just says out loud, "I mean, I barely know them," and I dimension door myself.
Okay, great.
Welcome to the team.
You find yourself on the outer side of the door. Across the way is a very like long stone-like bridge kind of thing, and yeah, you kind of see the emerging from a bag, the very awkwardly, almost like a very tall person gets out an original mini. Spider-like.
It's the same thing as Ace Ventura getting out of the Rhino robot.
Oh, that's
just tearing away to the side of it. That was 65 minutes. That was too long. I was like oxygen starved, sweat my fucking balls off, just sat in like a 5x5x5 box for an hour and a half. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Did anyone die?
Just our dignity.
Oh, long dead.
You're currently like floating in the middle of the air, right? Because you're not actually outside the back.
Oh yeah, just like my armpits up.
Or is he invisible? How does this work?
I am birthed through a hole in space-time. I come out of nowhere.
You just see like two arms and a head coming out of like nowhere.
Jesus Christ. That was... So how did that go for you, Summer?
Oh well. They think it was me.
They think what, the murder was you?
Yep.
Huh? How does that weigh on your conscience, Jack?
But sorry, do
Do
we
you
all know
stop
about the
for a
murder
sec?
at this point? Because no one's actually told me about a murder.
I will turn to everyone and say, yeah, God, we're gonna need to have a team meeting in like 3 seconds.
Can I suggest we don't do it right outside the fucking door?
Yes, we should go. And I like hop down from Lan and scuttle away on just my arm. because I've written nothing below the article. Yeah, we should go. We should go.
We'll go into. Is there like a foresty area?
Yeah. A little ways through like the cliff edge. There's like a scattered stone in like stepping into a deeper forest area in the lower grounds.
Right. Okay. Let's go about half a day's worth into there and then deal with here. Well, that's another place we can't go back to. Great.
There are many ways that we could resolve this situation. At this very moment, cunning plan on cunning plan is firing into the old dome piece.
Is it now?
Yes. In fact, here's one. Crackhammer wasn't that great anyway. We never need to go back.
Okay. Here's another one. You never go with Taylor again.
That's an option. Yeah, I'll put it on the list.
You put it on this. It needs to go at the top of the list.
Interesting. Interesting.
It is, isn't it?
Now, here's what I would like to talk to everyone about. So last night, as I'm sure you may have heard, there was a murder.
Oh, but I'm currently number one suspect apparently now.
Summer, did
Yes.
you kill someone?
Oh.
Well, not to worry, Summer. I have a foolproof way to get you off scot-free.
Do explain.
I go to prison for the rest of my life.
Why would you do that?
Sounds good to me.
Thank you for your input, Mr. Fitz. I
Yes.
may or may not have had something to do with it.
Can I attack him?
And now we PvP.
You can go
Every
ahead and roll your attack
time.
if you
Yeah,
want.
I would very much like to backhand him in the face.
Can I try and catch her hand with my mouth?
Yeah.
Let's see if it hits first. I guess.
You might have to roll it for me. I'm just about to start drugging the cat.
Oh yeah, 6666666. Is that what the kids call it nowadays?
Oh, my kitten must be drugged. He's on
It's
the
in the cone of
antibiotics.
shame.
He is.
Cone of shame. Can't even see your character sheet.
There you go. Oh well, I rolled a 3 for the attack. I won't stop her from hitting me. You can just slap me around the face. I will.
Okay,
I
fine.
will allow it. Yeah.
She slaps you.
Okay, warranted, yes. But again, you did nothing wrong, other than now all of you are complicit in the crime for harbouring a fugitive.
Great.
But I think we can all agree, I am imposing of enough an individual. You could argue that you were in fear of your life.
Well, no one
check
saw us
that
harbouring
box.
you.
So what, sorry?
No one saw us harbouring you. It's your word against ours. All they saw was Summer and Octavius. You weren't there. We weren't harbouring you.
Just because. Oh fuck! They. Oh.
I point to Clarence and go like, and like stick my lips out as if I'm thinking very hard. Okay.
They think we're still in the city, right? And Margrave Zimmerset sent a message to say that we will travel together, and they know who we are, regardless of this way. We're complicit in some way for this, and we are not getting out of this. What the hell is that?
And you also told them exactly where we're going.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Right.
that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. See, we've never been chased before. Usually we just stumble upon the danger and the badness.
You are not the badness, you prick.
Yes.
I second that.
I will concede. Bit of a prick.
Please do explain to me why you decided to murder a guy in the middle of the night.
Now, do you remember when you planted your fist up a man's asshole?
That
That was
was
justifiable.
deserved.
Would you say that was a moment of sound judgment and clear conscience?
Yes.
Yes.
He was a thief and
Nicked
he
my
was
money.
part of the evil gang of people.
The guy that I, at the very least, am conspiracy to commit murder. Like that. Like, let's take it at Nantos. Okay, right. I was there for when the murder happened. That's my official stance. This dude was he beat his wife. He beat his kids. He was a drunk. He was a waste of space.
Okay, so you decided to kill him and leave his
I didn't
body out in
decide
the
to kill him.
streets
I was
for
forced to.
everyone to see.
Not only that, how do you know this person?
This
Yeah,
guy.
how do you know?
Oh,
How do you know he was a drunk?
Tyler
and a
introduced me
beater?
to him.
Tyler.
Fuck is Tyler?
Oh, dear, that's not good.
No, it's not, is it? Uh-huh.
Oh no.
No. What have we learned?
Dear. That I should do background research on the people I'm going to kill.
That's a start. That's a start. Maybe also to not go with strangers in the middle of the night to go and kill people that might or might not be there.
I resent the second half of that statement. I reserve the right to go hang out with strangers in the middle of the night whenever I wish.
Yes, but it wasn't a good decision, was it?
Okay,
In
no,
the
the
grand scheme of
outcome was negative. Yes, I will concede that. However, how was I supposed to know it would have ended in murder? I didn't fucking know that. You didn't know that. Tyler, I think may have known that was the case. Yes.
Choose your strangers better. He might be good.
Jirak says out loud but doesn't realise. Realise that he said it out loud. He's just a very persuasive individual, is the problem.
I'm gonna persuade you with my foot up your ass.
His eyebrows raise and then go back into a frown as you finish that sentence.
Right. New list. What's good about Tyler that you know?
Jirak sits crisscross applesauce on the grass, picks a daisy out of the ground and goes, he's tall, he's handsome, he's like me but stronger. His tattoos are like mine but they're cooler.
At this explanation, I would like to kick him in the back.
Okay, ow, rude. Okay, here we go. Here's something I don't like about him. He does worship the orcish god of slaughter and murder.
Oh, for fuck's...
I'm finding the downsides. This is healthy. This is healthy.
Give me another one.
I mean, I can go on about Groomsh One-Eyed the Ruiner for a while if you'd like.
No. We're
and how
talking about
he
Taylor.
corrupted men and elf alike to make my blood and kin.
No. We're talking about Taylor here. There's problems and then there's problems.
Monsieur Deden. Okay, let's think.
I'm gonna add persuaded to murder in the list for you.
Okay, no. I can see that. Yeah. He has at least once committed conspiracy to murder an individual. Minimum.
That's all you need. Right. Okay.
We have planned to kill people in the past. We've planned to kill people that have joined our party in the past. No offense, Octavius.
Oh, Octavius is like behind Summer by like 5 feet.
Okay, as far as I can tell, the only things on the good list are all aesthetic and
What about his bold nature and his spirit of adventure?
Okay, let me tell you something. When you look through the world at rose-tinted glasses, every red flag looks like a red fucking flag.
I would say not necessarily rose tinted, more closer to crimson.
They're red tinted.
Closer to crimson.
If I could interject, I just want to make sure I'm following this. That Durak here is seeing an imaginary friend.
He's not imaginary. He's real.
Who else has seen him?
Oh, that was my point as well. Who else has seen him?
Clarence shakes his head no.
Then...
Oh fuck no! You, damn it! I remember because I managed to just tell you that. Like I said, Clarence, you saw him, didn't you? And you went yes, but then you got your mind wiped. So.
Okay, so Jurek has a possibly imaginary, possibly real friend who worships the god of slaughter and convinced you somehow last night to murder one or possibly more, because that was a hell of a lot of blood, people during the night.
You say convinced. I didn't feel very convinced, and I do feel bad for doing it.
You didn't feel convinced? So what, you wanted to?
No, not. It kind of just like happened. Like I was in the alley 1 minute, and then a second later I was up close to him, and then I woke up in my bed and I was covered in blood. And Tyler said he was proud of me, and I thought that maybe something else had happened. Then I realized all the juice was blood, not anything else. And that's when I started freaking out. But I don't really remember much of what happened in the middle there.
You blacked out.
Read it out, but yes.
Did you take anything beforehand? Did you eat some of that, the myconids, or?
I might have got a bit in my mouth, but I think if anyone was going to, then we all did. You know?
Oh, I had a lot of myconids.
And no one else had to black out and murder anyone?
I don't know. Did anyone? Because this would help if anyone else had done so. That would really be really helpful for me.
Clarence puts his hand up. He didn't. He just wants to be part of the cool kids.
See?
Clarence, did you actually kill someone last night?
No.
There we go.
Thank you for trying, Clarence. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's nice to know you have my back. Unlike some people judging me for committing murder.
Wait, you murdered someone?
Put it down in your book. We'll discuss this later.
Okay, underneath prostitute button, I write, Jirac murdered someone.
In
can I make a suggestion? If you murder someone, don't get someone to write that in a book.
Can you detect magic on my brain?
I mean, I can detect levels of arcanum and things. I've never used it on someone's brain. We might have to remove it from the skull, maybe.
Do it.
I'd prefer if I was alive and whole during the process.
Jirac, don't you need a brain first? Up top.
Hey, nice. Because we had this old buddy Shael. You're a wizard, right? You like books and spells and stuff.
Yeah.
We had a friend called Shael, and he used to be able to cast shit on people, and specifically items like this one. And I get the blood spear out and stick it in the ground. And they'd say what was up with it. And at the moment we cannot do that. So if you could do that to me, or maybe the spear, because I mean I'm not being funny, but it's pretty fucking cool, and I don't think Lana believed me when I say it's really cool.
I mean, yes, I can. It would take me some time. I'll need to draw out some sigils, and is this really the place? Are we safe?
I assume we found a.
Yeah, I'd say you've been walking and talking while this has been going on. You've probably come past an impasse into like the woods where it kind of opens up a bit to make room for a camp if required.
Yeah. So once we are suitably tucked away, then I will say, yeah.
I mean,
Do like a
yeah.
biopsy on me, I guess, and then maybe the spear. See if there's. I mean, if you do it and you find out that I was magically controlled last night, that would be real helpful. But if you don't find anything, then we have some other worries.
Yeah. I mean, as long as we think we're safe.
Yeah, I think we would have suitably. I can cast Pass Without Trace, so we're not found or anything. But I think we're suitably tucked away.
Then okay, I that giant tome that I've been clutching for most of this, I start going through the pages, and you see me pull out a page and unfold other pages on this page. So the page is now like twice as big as it was, just with random little scraps. And yeah, I pull out some. I just use a stick and start carving it into the mud, and I ritually cast detect magic.
Okay. Detect magic. Just on on Jirak himself.
It was up for 10 minutes. So I can see everything magical within 30 feet of me.
Sure. I mean, there is a lot of like pinging from multiple objects around the place. One of which is of course the spear that Jirak is carrying. There are a number of objects between them that are also pinging. But in terms of Jirak himself, doesn't seem to be any ping.
Okay, well, I get like proper up close. I say to him, if you flinch and I've got a dagger in my hand, I'm putting this straight in your neck.
I close my eyes. I do not know what you're talking about. It's like a single bead of sweat.
I grab the side of his head and I start trying to look inside his ear to see if I can see any sort of glow from inside.
There's like a fucking worm going in there, like a centipede crawling out my head.
Doesn't seem to be anything.
Okay, well, I jolt his head away. Well, you're clear. That thing's not. So okay. I pick up the spear and I will cast Identify, which I will use my little Pact of the Tome thing to do it ritually, but not ritually. So it takes a minute.
Yep.
You want now? Sorry, that's not a wizard word.
You can identify the spear as the blood spear. So, give me a sec.
Can I take this moment to point out that this Taylor guy is following. Well, I've just written worships murder. We've already got one murderous hell thing that's plaguing us. Why are we inviting another?
Yeah.
So, in Octavius, in terms of this particular spear, it is quite a unique item in its own right. This was. Hold on one moment. So, why can't I do that? So it's 1d6 piercing damage. It gives. Oh, am I looking at the right bloody thing now? Yes, I am. It gives.
I can read out what it does if you want.
Yeah, I'm just trying to bloody pick out the context that I actually used. That's all. So here we go. Just making sure I get this right. This blood spear was designed for Caven, who was a ruthless chieftain whose tribe lived in Ballinok, the Ballinok Mountains, century before the arrival of Strad. Although he was very much alive, Cavan had some traits in common with vampires. So he slept during the day and hunted at night. He drank the blood of his prey, and he lived underground. In battle, he wielded a spear stained with blood. His was the first blood spear, a weapon that drains life from those it kills and transfers that life to its wielder, imbuing that individual with stamina to keep fighting. So those that are deemed worthy of or are chosen by Kevan, they get a +2 bonus to their attack and damage rolls. It's a 2d6 temporary hit points. And I'm just seeing if it does anything else other than that. That's about it in terms of the context of what the spear is. But where many blood spears have been found throughout Tal'Dorei, or the land that you've travelled and read books upon, this particular blood spear, this is the first.
Does Antiques Roadshow exist in Tal'Dorei?
Yeah, where did you find this this spear?
Wow. So now, I say this an awful lot. Don't take this the wrong way, but we did find it in a vault of forgotten and forbidden relics hidden in the bottom of the world, so that evil could never once again claim the powers that lay within.
That was guarded by a daughter of what's
Lolth.
Spider Queen called?
Lolth, yes, the bad one, the evil spider lady who controls the drow of Tal'Dorei, at least.
Yeah, that's
The ones in Wildmount, they're just triple freaky. I don't know.
So
They like the sun. Weirdos.
you found a vault at the bottom of the world, guarded by the daughter of the spider goddess queen thing.
One of many monsters within. We sort of led to it.
And you then decided just to take all of these evil artifacts, or
Oh no, we could only have one. There was a couple of good things in there. There was a really nice mace.
Mm-hmm. There was this dope fucking
sword.
great axe. There was a great axe called Winter's Dark Bite, and that sticks out to me.
Eyes are charming. They can be fun. Alchemy jug, great bad and shit. Tricks, and then there was a blood spear, which I've just got a tick next to it, and oldest. So I'm assuming that's what I meant by we took that one. But yeah.
I believe we picked that one because it stood out the most as a more, I didn't have a magic spear, and I really wanted a magic spear.
Okay, well, you picked up, as you said, the first blood spear. The spear crafted by Cavan, who was pretty much a vampire.
Hell yeah.
So, well done, you've got a vampire spear.
I sort of poke my canine teeth with my tongue, not pointed than usual.
No, it's you might start wanting to sleep during the day and hunt at night. You might start wanting to, drink some blood. anything that you kill with this, it transfers their life to you. Because, it wants you to just keep fighting and keep killing forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
Hey, longer lifespan.
Can I play with it?
I would rather if no one took the spear. While it may be slightly selfish of me to say so, quite a fan of it. It is, I feel, quite helpful to us in combat at the very least. Not to mention, looks pretty fucking cool. However, would any of you agree that what I did last night was hunting prey?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Straight out the back.
Okay.
You went and killed a random guy that you don't know because you were told by some person he was a drunk and a wife beater.
Mm.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it's not hunting prey.
I suppose you're right. So, I mean, so yes, I did hunt prey at night. Yes, I did drink his blood. Teeth aren't pointy. Personally, anti-vampire, I'd have to say. I've never encountered one, as far as I'm aware. But from what I've heard of them, they seem pretty douchey. And I like the sun. The sun's pretty cool. I like the daytime. I'd rather not get scalded by it every time I stepped outside and have my flesh melt off my bones. Lots to think about.
Yeah, can I turn to everyone else. Can I make a suggestion that he gets tied up at night now?
Hey.
We tried that before with Wizcrack. That didn't work very well.
Yes.
And no offense, but I don't think we own enough rope to stop me from escaping at night.
Oh, toss.
I cast Enlarge and Giant's Might on myself and become 28 feet tall in the span of 6 seconds.
Uh-huh.
And then
How long does that last?
1 minute each.
Oh, okay. And you can only do it once per rest.
No, so Enlarge is a second level spell. I've got 2 of those per day.
Okay.
And then Giant's Might is twice per long rest as well, but they're like separate resources.
Sure. In terms of your question earlier, Clarence, after this is all going on and Dirac enlarges himself to prove a point about whether he should be tied up or not, reduces his size, you hear almost like a breeze in the wind. Prepare.
What? Prepare what?
I need you all to make perception checks, please.
Yeah, that's fitting.
I think I'm too angry at Dirac to see it.
While I'm 20 feet up in the air, I get a very good bird's eye view of the situation.
Because I haven't sorted out Octavius a isometric token yet. Pulling him onto the screen was rather large.
Hey, Clarence, can you move your microphone? You're breathing into it, please. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay, so Summer and Durac and Clarence. You hear a rustling through the tree line as 4 individuals jump down by the stony bed around you. Very large, very green looking orcs.
I cast invisibility as soon as I see him. Well, I don't cast it. I activate the ring.
Hey, boss, do any of them have scars over their eyes?
No, I mean some of them do have scars.
But do any of them match the dude I saw in my vision
No.
ages ago? Okay.
Although they are wearing very similar colours to the uniforms that you would come familiar with in terms of that clan.
Worrying.
And one of them it doesn't look like any different to the others, steps up and he says, "We are the Red Fang of the Swarm of Burden. Prepared to bleed." And that is where we will leave the session.
Oh, I'm gonna punch that guy in the butthole.
The red
Lovely.
what? The swarm of burden?
The Red Fang.
Of the Swarm of Burden.
The red burden.
Tell you all about what the Red Fang. You know, I'm a expert on orcish lore.
Okay.
Yeah, they're basically like the spec ops of orcs. They like bats. Sometimes they have like giant bat mounts and shit. They're quite cool.